Hi everyone. So today we're doing the first question of the Blind 75 from Neetcode.io. This question is an easy difficulty, and it's called contains duplicate. So let's go see what the question asked. So the question is given an integer array nums, return true if any value appears more than once in the array. Otherwise, you return false. So, okay, I'm going to be showing you guys how to do this problem. So, what it's asking is uh, for us to return true if there is any duplicates in the array. So, in this example, there's two threes, so that return true. But in this example, there's no duplicates in this array, so the output would be false. So, how would we find a duplicate? Um, well, let's think brute force wise. Yeah, I mean, I guess the only really possible way would be to create a hash map. And so, what this hash map is, let's do, and it's gonna just have, sorry, a hash set, and it's gonna have all the arrays that we have seen before. So it's kind of like a cache. Okay, so we're gonna go through each number. So we're gonna go start with one, and then we're gonna add one to the hash set. Okay. Well, first we're going to see is 1 in the hash set. If it is, then we return true. If not, then we add it. Okay. So if num in hash set return true, if you go through the entire hash set without adding any, without ever returning true, then return false. So we start off with 1, then we see our next number is 2. Okay, is 2 in the hash set? No. So we're going to add that. Then we're going to do 3. Is 3 in the hash set? No. So we're going to add it. Then we see another 3. Okay, so is 3 in the hash set? Yes. So we're going to actually add, return true. So return true. In this case, though, if it was 4, then we would just add this here and then return false because we would return true. So I'm going to show you guys how to code that. Basically, we want to iterate through the nums, so for num in nums. And if num is in the hash set that we're going to create right now, hash set. So if it's in the hash set, then we return true. That's basically how you check it. And now, of course, you need to add it to the hash set. And so at the end of this list, let's say we're at example 2, this condition was never true. Then we're going to finish the for loop and we're going to return false. Since we never returned true, we're going to return false. So let's try running this. Okay. And let's submit it. Accept it. So I want to explain why this is the most optimal. This is the most optimal because you would need to check, it would need to be O of n because you need to check every single element in the array. And for each element that we do check, we do an O of 1 operation, which is checking a number in a hash set, which is an O of 1 operation. So it's O of n times O of 1, which is O of n. So this is most optimal.